How is it going? Just having a little easy stroll after the weekend's half marathon, which was hot. Jeez. But yeah, a little recovery run now. I decided against taking my Insta360 or DJI Action Cam on the morning of the race after weather warnings of high temperature early in the day. I did not want a repeat of 2022's race, which was a miserable experience, mainly due to rolling off a plane from Los Angeles hungover, dehydrated and jet-lagged 24 hours earlier. Although I was well prepped for this one, I wanted all of my focus to be on the race this time around. Organised by Havens Hospice, a local charity, the Southend Half Marathon takes place every year on the second weekend of June. It is a two-loop course that starts at Shoebury's East Beach and moves along the coast towards Southend Sea Life Centre. Runners then loop back to Uncle Tom's cabin before looping back towards the Sea Life Centre once again, before one final turnaround for the last 4-mile stretch to the finish line back at Shoebury's East Beach, but not before hitting a short but steep hill just before mile 11 at the bottom of Mathlin Way. The race itself is a very popular one due to being very fast and flat, perfect for those chasing PBs like myself this year. But along with the local weather warnings, the race marshal in the pre-race talk reiterated multiple times that today was not the day to be pushing for it, despite them setting up many extra water stations. Like most on the day, I thought, we'll see. My target was a sub 2 hour, as my current recorded half PB was 2:08, and I felt way more prepared this year and confident. My plan was to run with the 2 hour pacer and pull away at the last mile or two, but you know how race day goes. With a 9:09 split time burned into my brain for a 1:59.59 finish, I assumed this was what the pacer would be running. I was wrong. Aside from the 2 hour pacer heading off the start right behind the 1:45 pacer, he was meant to wait 2 minutes before starting. The pacer was running the first few miles at a pace for a 1:55 finish time, which was okay early in the race, as the first mile or so it was fairly shaded in the residential area, but it did throw a lot of us in the pack off. Once we hit the seafront at mile 2 though, that was where things got interesting. It's warm. Very warm. The sun was absolutely baking and there was no wind or breeze to cool us down. Just a long, straight, fast run down to the first turnaround at mile 4 and all the way back to the second turnaround. On the second loop towards the Sea Life Centre, that is where the race heat was really taking its toll. I saw a lot of people stopping off at water stations rather than grabbing the drink on the go. People stopping with family and friends on the route to grab a drink off of them and stopping and talking. Looking pretty broken, to be honest. And I was definitely feeling it myself. I also noticed a lot of people I knew or recognised in teams backing off their pacer packs and spread out along the course. I have to give credit to the race organisers though, putting out a total of well needed 8 water stations on the route, doubling up from the original planned 4. It was around mile 8 that the elements were starting to take their toll, and I felt at times myself slipping a few seconds on my pace, and the gap with the pacer fluctuating. And by mile 9 I made the very wise decision to ease off the pace and just focus on finishing. Because if I had carried on pushing in that heat, I most definitely would have had problems tackling that hill at mile 11. And with the progress I had made in the race already, in the circumstances, I was well on track for a new PB, even if I slowed my pace down to around 10-minute mile for the last 3 miles. So that is exactly what I did, and I am happy with the result. The Southend Half is easily a top 3 race for me. Not only is it a great flat and fast course, but the atmosphere of a summer race at the seaside is fantastic and the support from the locals is amazing. It also gets extra points due to the start and finish line literally being a 5-minute walk from my house. A big thank you to the organisers, the volunteers, the marshals and the crowds, which included my wife and son. I will put a link in the description for Havens Hospice for anyone looking to support them, and also for anyone looking for information on the Southend Half 2024. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe for more running videos.